And here's the deal with the several states. Let's say they have each nation has a certain number of seats in their legislature. And maybe you could do the United States thing. We have like one by population, one by equal number per state. I don't know if you really want to do that. You have a couple micro states in there that, don't really have much of a vote. Maybe you could do both by population. I've heard weird things like, okay, we'll do one, this is like for world governments. We'll do one thing with like based on population and one like based on the square root of population. So like it matters, but not all that much. And maybe, I don't know. But here's an interesting idea. Every sovereign state, every nation in this deal gets a certain number of seats or whatever, one house or two houses or 14 different houses of legislature that you have, and the nation decides how it votes with those seats. This is going to be interesting. So the nation could just say, all right, our executive will determine how those seats are voting. They're not even what people see. They could say, okay, we'll send over, we'll have one person filling each of these seats. By seat, I mean just a vote. You have a one vote. And then you could even do a thing with like, okay, we say this guy here has 3 votes. Because like say Nation X has 7 votes, 7 seats in this deal. Okay, well we have this one person, we're giving him the authority of 3 votes. And then these 4 other people each get 1 vote apiece. Or you could do this guy has 3 votes, and these 2 people each have 1 vote, and then these other 2 are determined by, our legislator voting. So instead of having a rigid thing with, okay, it's going to be representative, you could theoretically have just the legislature of the nation in question voting to vote on how its votes should pass. And then maybe, the legislature passes this thing, and so all of that country's votes go to whatever it is we're voting for in the EU election or an EU, law passing deal that we're going on. Or maybe you could throw another law that says, okay, if our legislature passes it by 51%, then 51% of our votes in the thing go to the bill, and then the other 49% do not. So that if you had 7 seats, for instance, then maybe on this particular bill, 4 seats vote for this bill, and 3 of them vote against the bill. It's like your nation is schizophrenic. You could say that all of them, or any number of these seats, are certain people elected directly by the people. And then you could say whether the people can say, perhaps if one guy wins by a landslide, he gets like more power. He gets like more votes or something. You don't have to say that. You could even say that the seats, at least in certain situations, again, all this can depend on what sort of bill is being passed and what's the current situation and you could even say that these seats, the votes that go by them, are determined directly by national referendum, which is, I imagine, what Ireland would do half the time, because they love democracy. And then you could say, all right, so we have like our 7 votes, like 7, it's just a random number, 7 votes, and we're spending these according to whatever the people say. And the people vote this and that, and 6 out of 7 people say yes, and so 6 out of your 7 votes go to, or something like that. What I like about that is each nation, if it determines independently, they don't have to follow the same policy, then we can have a lot of experimentation. We could all each try our different ways. We could all, various nations do various things and see which best represents the will of the people and simultaneously is efficient enough and simultaneously works well in the national system and understanding the politics of it and all these complexities. But you'd have each of the nations determining for themselves, their own government determining what they're going to do with these votes with the full power to just give those straight to the people, even perhaps on a bill-by-bill basis. That'd be pretty cool. And we can just experiment on these deals. Until eventually, perhaps someday, we don't even have nation-states anymore. And we go full E-nation on all this, and the whole voting deal goes into some completely new era where it's better, and there's like consensusocracy, or adhocracy, or chaoticness, and all these crazy, crazy, crazy things. Thanks for watching. See you later.